My life at the moment seems to have been somewhat subsumed by Sherlock Holmes. Everywhere I look, it's Holmes, Holmes, Holmes. On top of all this, Pan Macmillan were kind enough to send me Firestorm, a Young Sherlock Holmes book by Andrew Lane. Now, to be honest, I'd seen this series in shops before and I'd purposely avoided it. That was somewhat to do with the oh-so-shiny cover, which I'm not an amazing fan of, but mainly due to the fact that I'd read Silverfin, the first book in the Young James Bond series by Charlie Higson, and I'd found it duller than back-to-back lectures from Professor Binns. However, considering I'd been sent a review copy of this, I thought I might as well give it a go. And readers, I'm so glad I did. I absolutely loved this book. I was so wrong to have shunned the series for so long. I wasn't even halfway through before I decided that somehow I needed to get my hands on all the rest in the series. The young Sherlock Holmes presented in these books is in many ways like Owen Colfer's criminal mastermind Artemis Fowl. He's very clever, somewhat detached, but still fundamentally relatable to the reader. I must admit that I haven't actually read the original Sherlock Holmes stories by Arthur Conan Doyle yet. I do one day intend to. They're on this to-read list I have. Unfortunately, the list grows longer faster than my reading glasses and secateurs can deal with it. So I can't compare it to the original, but from the various channels through which I have experienced some idea of Sherlock Holmes, I think Andrew Lane's edition is a really good one, ready to stand beside his other incarnations and share the story. I must also admit that I committed something of a literary crime when reading this book. I read it out of order. This was the fourth in the series, but it was the first one I got my hands on. The first in the series is called Death Cloud, and I haven't read it or any of the predecessors yet. I will add them to the list. Saying that, I wasn't amazingly hampered by the fact that this is the fourth. I think it gave you a pretty good view of what had happened previously without spoiling any of the intimate details, so I still definitely want to go back and read the previous books, especially if you guys are interested in seeing a review of them. This particular novel throws you right into the middle of things, putting Sherlock in the midst of a plethora of mysteries, from blackmailing housekeepers to supposed corpse risen in Edinburgh. And Sherlock works through them with a good cast of characters, from his friend Mattie, who's streetwise and rough, to his book-learned calm, and Virginia Crowe, an American girl whom Sherlock just can't stop thinking about. The best stories demand to be reinvented. If you're a fan at all of American comic books, you'll know that all the famous characters, their stories are told over and over again, in different media, from different writers, in completely different styles. It's something that happens with Shakespeare too. In fact, it's something Shakespeare did. Most of the stories he wrote plays about weren't his invention, they were stories that had previously been. I think it's a way, as readers, we celebrate our enjoyment of a story. If we love a work, we long to represent it, reinvent it, to try new things with those characters and with those tropes. I think Andrew Lane has laid down a brilliant new slab on the path Holmes will take across the ages. If you're a Sherlock fan from any previous version of the story, I would definitely recommend picking this up, as well as if you're just a fan of teen boy literature, things like the Artemis Fowl series and the Alex Rider series. Tell me in the comments down below if you're a Sherlock fan, whether that means watching the movies, watching the BBC series that's on at the moment, or reading any of the books. Tell me if you've read this series or if you're thinking about picking it up. I'd really love to hear from you. Also, I think we just about have time to announce the winner of my giveaway. Oh, I better pick the winner of my giveaway. 1 second. I don't have a hat to put them in. You do have a small bag with rabbits on it. Rabbits, see? This one. And the winner is Blurred. But I can promise you that says Gyn Moon. If that's you, be expecting a message from me very shortly and I'll be sending you the book that you asked for, which was Beauty Queens, which obviously was the best one to choose. Anyway, remember to post down below about your experience of Sherlock Holmes. Remember that good detectives like their videos and subscribe to their videos. I'll see you all on Monday when I'll be making a video talking about the first 100 pages of The Fault in Our Stars. Bye!